Hey guys, this is E10 Sun from Sunbros. Today I'm really excited to be bringing you guys this brand new video, but before we get started with that, I want to make sure I remind you guys on how to get entered in for a chance to win our guaranteed skin giveaways that we do every Sunday night during our 1-hour question and answer live stream. All you gotta do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and comment below with your in-game name and which skin you'd like to receive on either the NA or EU servers under 700 vouchers. And remember, the more videos that you do this with that are uploaded each week, the higher chance you have to win. Alright guys, now it's officially time for the Lauriel Hero Quick Look video. Lauriel is a class mage assassin with the roll mobility. As you guys can see in the bottom left corner, her attack damage and constitution is almost at the very bottom, while her ability damage is maxed out and her difficulty is near the top. Lauriel's passive is Divine Punishment. Enemies hit by Lauriel's abilities become marked. Every 4 marks triggers an explosion that deals true damage to all nearby enemies and slows their movement speed. Also, Lauriel gains health after the explosion. Lauriel's first ability is the Wheel. Lauriel summons the Divine Light, dealing damage to enemies. The path lights up shortly after and deals the same amount of damage again. Lauriel's second ability is Blink. Lauriel charges towards the target direction and summons 3 energy orbs to attack nearby enemies, dealing lots of magic damage. Ability cooldown is reduced by 4 seconds when it hits enemies. Lauriel's ultimate is Smite. Lauriel summons a judgment circle that lasts 12 seconds, dealing magic damage both when the circle appears and fades. Also, it reduces the cooldown of the Wheel and Blink, Lauriel's first and second abilities. Alright guys, now we're moving on to Lauriel's pros and cons, starting with her pros, which are her strengths, things you're going to focus on if you're playing as her, and things you're going to want to avoid if you're playing against her. Lauriel's first pro is that she has very high end damage. Not only does her poke ability, the Wheel, do lots of damage, as well as her dash ability, Blink, but when she really gets into her ultra damage is when she procs her passive, which deals the true damage. This of course comes in handy like crazy when you're doing your ultimate and you have really low cooldowns, because you can cause the passive to go off over and over again during a team fight. Additionally, because the true damage explosion is AoE damage, when she's in a team fight with her ult going off, she can actually cause multiple enemies to explode, causing a bunch of true damage to each other. Lauriel's second pro is her true damage passive. Like we just talked about, her true damage passive is a big part of her kit and one of the things that makes her so incredibly high in her damage. The ability to chain them together in team fights and be able to cause one explosion to go off to the next is one of the things that makes her so incredibly powerful in a team fight situation. Lauriel's third and final pro is her good mobility, especially for a mage. Lauriel's second ability, Blink, is a pretty decent dash, and if you hit an enemy hero with the magical orbs that come out, you actually get a 4-second cooldown reduction, reducing the cooldown of this ability all the way down to 6 seconds. Now, if you get some cooldown reduction, you can actually get this ability back and dash over and over and over again. As the cooldown gets so low, it's pretty incredible. I also want to add that the cooldown reduction actually compounds itself on Blink because the 4 seconds is static. So as you reduce the cooldown to, let's say, by 40% to 6 seconds, and then you hit an enemy with it and it gets reduced by 4 seconds, now you're talking about being able to dash every 2 seconds. So it actually compounds itself because you get the 40% off the 10 and not what normally would be the 6 seconds, which is a pretty nice thing to have. Now we're going to be moving on to Lauriel's cons, which are her weaknesses, things you're going to want to avoid if you're playing as her, and things you're going to want to take advantage of or exploit if you're playing against her. Lauriel's first con is that she has very low crowd control. Obviously, she's a mage, and mages, we tend to like it when mages gives us some forms of crowd control. We got people like Crixie, who has a knock-up, Diachan, who has freezes, Azenka, who has a bunch of different crowd control. Lots of mages offer all kinds of crowd control, but I would see Lauriel as more of an assassin mage rather than just a standard mage. So while she offers low crowd control, it is definitely countered by the incredible amount of damage that she can do. Her passive, Divine Punishment, when it does explode and hits an enemy, it does do a 90% slow for 1 second to everyone who's hit by the explosion. Her second con is that she is a mage and she has to play pretty close quarters during certain portions of her fighting due to her ultimate, but she, as all mages is very susceptible to crowd control. She doesn't have any abilities that break CC in any way, shape, or form, and if she does get crowd controlled and locked down, she can be bursted out and killed. Lauriel's third and final con is that she's very hard to master. Even though she does a ton of damage and she has some good mobility, she doesn't have an easy kit to master, as you can tell by the difficulty on her. But the same could definitely be said about any of the other mage assassins like Tulin, Raz, and of course Syl. All in all, Lauriel is definitely a very, very good hero. She has incredible high-end damage, she's good at 1v1s, and she brings a lot of damage to the table, especially AoE damage during a team fight. Alright guys, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you guys give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, till next time.